most pupils.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you've always been here, thank you so much for your support. Today I'm going to be reacting to Aberfan 50 years since disaster wiped out a generation. Before I dive right into today's video, please do not forget to support the channel by leaving a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and letting me know what you think about today's video in the comment section. So without further ado, let's dive right into today's video.
In Aberfan, as Gaynor Madgwick knows only too well, the past is never far away. From the distinct white arches of the hillside cemetery, where her brother and sister lie buried, both dead before the age of 11, to the mountain above, where it all began.
Just a traumatic, loud banging noise, and it just literally got louder and louder and louder. Something was coming.
That something was 100,000 tons of coal waste, liquefied by springs underneath, now streaming down the mountain. It wiped out 2 farm cottages first. Next in line, Pantglass Junior School, where an 8-year-old Gaynor had just started her lesson.
When I turned to look out of the window and run, because I knew something was coming, but you just can't imagine what, I just seen black. It was literally black coming through the window, and then it was almighty silence.
It's an incredible sight. The whole mountain is moving again.
People poured into Aberfan to help, as parents looked on, desperate for news.
We had a little girl out, she must have been about 5. She was just crying and asking to go home when we got her out, you know. And we felt that you could have cried for her and all, you know.
One girl buried under the debris for nearly 2 hours that morning was 7-year-old Karen Thomas.
Everything just caved in on top of us, and we were in darkness, we couldn't move. We were calling for the dinner lady, but she wasn't speaking to us. But my fingertips could just touch her hair, and I remember trying to pull her hair, but there was no response off her at all. So it was just us, just crying and screaming.
Karen was saved by an air pocket, the result, she thinks, of the dinner lady's initial efforts to shield her.
Do you think about her?
Oh yes, yeah. I haven't told anybody up until now, but I go to the cemetery to put flowers on her. That's the only way that I can say thank you to her.
Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy children from the east and gather them from the west.
Karen and Gaynor would be rescued, but 144 people died that day, 116 of them children. Most pupils aged between 7 and 10. In this music, specially composed for the 50th anniversary, in plays and documentaries, the story of Aberfan is being told once again. A story of the coal board who tried hard to evade blame for the disaster their ineptitude created. A story of catastrophe compounded by injustice. And what of Aberfan now? Coal once completely dominated this valley. From the pit head below to the slag heaps above, it was all pervasive. So many lives here were shaped by it, and so many lives on that 1 October morning were taken by it. Few villages have had this industry so viscerally embedded into their story as Aberfan, and yet look around now and barely a trace remains. There is the miners' monument on the road in, but the colliery and coal tips are long gone. And amidst the little changed streets, where the school once stood, lies a memorial garden.
Hold the spade and tip it, just pretend you're on Barry Island Beach. That's it. Well done, well done.
Local schoolchildren help plant a tree. Standing within this immaculate garden's neat edges, the footprint of the old classrooms once filled with children their age on a Friday morning before half-term. What does it feel like to be here where the school used to be?
It feels amazing to be a part of this big thing. It's very sad, but you can also keep on going on.
You live in Aberfan, do you, Lily?
Yeah.
What's the best bit about living in Aberfan?
And the best bit about living in Aberfan is that you can play with your friends every day and you know that it's a safe place to play.
Soon after the disaster, in Aberfan they formed the Aberfan male voice choir. It's still going strong. Brian was another who left the school that day alive, but his sister didn't. Can I ask you what it's like living in a village that forever has this sort of disaster tag attached to it?
I think it's something you learn to live with. You have to. The amount of times I've gone for job interviews and you say where you're from and you can see them calculate in their head what age you, how did it affect you, and I've always spoke about it because I think it's better to speak about it than keep it. If you keep it inside, it can eat away at you. I had to wait quite a lot of my friends.
The scar tissue of Aberfan is still healing. Karen still suffers debilitating nightmares. But the sense of community, of a bond forged in grief and then nurtured tenderly over 50 years, is clear.
There'll always be a bond in Aberfan, especially amongst our generation, that the ones that are still there, you know, and I think we'll all still be close to each other because whenever we see each other, we do, you know, make a fuss of each other.
Some here have never spoken publicly about what happened until now. Some still can't. In Aberfan, the impact of that terrible morning, half a century on, remains profound.
Yeah. That is a really sad story. It's very sad. I think stories like this are very difficult for the victims to share. So first of all, I feel like I should give them their flowers, the victims that, you know, spoke about it for the first time. I can't imagine what it was like for the parents. It must have been very, very, very sad, very heart-wrenching. But I think I'm happy about the fact that the whole neighborhood kind of took something away from that experience, which is community, and it has lingered on even after the experience. So yeah, that is the bright side I'm taking out of this today's video. And let me know what you're taking out of today's video in the comment section. Once again, guys, thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate it. Please do not forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Until next time, guys. Bye.